Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of FMLPK. We finally get the regulars back in the studio, as it were.
Big three.
The big three, the disappointing three from last season. But anyway, a quick reminder, the deadline is Saturday, 3rd October at 3 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. So be sure to get your changes in before that. And who wants to start off?
Start with Salman, man.
Yeah, as always.
Alright.
3 game weeks.
So we're just going to pull up your team and then you can tell us what your thinking is for this week.
So there's an irrelevant player who I'm taking out because he's not starting, small bone. He's a part of the Southampton team, so he goes out. But the players that I'm thinking of getting in are Townsend from Crystal Palace, Pereira from West Brom, or Helder Costa from Leeds.
Okay.
So they're all between 5.5 and 6 million, and that's the amount of money I have in the bank after selling small bone. They've got relatively good fixtures coming up, and they've proven themselves so far.
Okay. I mean, they usually tend to start the season strong and they do have some decent fixtures coming up. They face Chelsea, who have been leaking goals, Brighton, Fulham, Wolves, Leeds in the run-up to game week 8. So not a bad option, Townsend. I think he's worth considering.
And he's very experienced as a Premier League player.
Yeah, of course. And then
How was your game week though?
The FPL average for the week was 43. I made 44. So I'm not too disappointed.
And you banked a change, right?
And I banked the change. So I have got 2 changes. I've got Son, who's injured, who I'm not taking out. I want to have 2 changes post the international break.
Yeah, that's key.
You don't know what's going to happen.
So, do you have any, let's say, someone on your radar who might be a panic buy? Like, let's say you decide, no, I don't want Son.
As a midfielder, no.
No, I mean you could change Son and then change
Yeah,
another striker.
Yeah, Vardy, I think, is the only one right now who has to be in my team. He's not. On a straight switch, I'll have to set a DCL for Vardy, DCL I got last week where we had the discussion, and he got a goal.
Yeah.
So Vardy I would have in my team right now for sure.
And you're sticking to Adams?
I don't have the money for a straight switch from Adams to Vardy.
Also, I think Adams has been very unlucky. Yeah. I think
He got
an assist.
Highest XG for a non-scorer.
yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
And not only that, he's been getting the assist. He got the assist, and he's made some more key passes than Ings has. I think he's made 5 big, important passes versus 0 to Ings. So I just think that he's been lacking that finishing, and I think it's going to come.
And because he had a good end to the season after the restart.
Yeah.
He had good attacking returns.
But you already have Ings in your team.
No.
Oh, you don't. So what about Ings? He's not someone who you're going to panic.
As a first buy, Vardy,
Vardy.
and then Ings.
Okay, so who do you captain then?
DCL.
DCL.
You
Interesting.
have Salah.
Yeah.
You have Oba.
Yeah.
Why DCL? No.
Omar, certainly not. If you remember last week, I said if I were the manager of Arsenal, I would have pulled him off half time. Yesterday again, I would have
He
pulled him
had
off.
1 cross, 0 shots.
It's because of his new restricted role that he's playing. The system is much more rigid now. It allows for less freedom for him. So you're not going to get the same type of output. So that's why I got rid of him.
And where is Pepe?
He doesn't come on, as in he comes on in the second half.
Yeah.
I think 2 consecutive matches, that's what.
Too many unknowns with that Arsenal team right now, except for Holding
Lacazette.
and Lacazette. Yeah,
He's
of
in
course.
form.
He's in form. Scoring every
But 9 million?
consistent like Jimenez so far this season.
Yeah. And Jimenez scores either for his.
I would definitely though I would captain Salman. I don't know what you're on. They play Aston Villa. He didn't get a goal last week or the week before that. I think he's primed now to get a goal.
Liverpool is playing
Aston Villa away.
away.
He
Yeah.
is the leading shot taker in the league so far.
Salah?
Yes, he's also attempted 11 assists this time. So
Wow.
all that selfish Mo Salah thing has kind of switched, and there was some write-up which I'll share with you guys on that home and away, which was done on him and Mane. And
Okay.
if you look at it, it's actually not accurate. So they have both performed equally well. It's just that Mane is getting a lot more goals from open play, and Salah has been just penalties.
Got those two penalties.
Yeah, yeah, but he's up there in the goals and shots.
And I just wanted to go back to one thing about Jamie Vardy being a panic buy. Just to put things into perspective, he had 3 attempts on goal. He had 3 goals. Okay, he had the second fewest touches of any player on the field, and yet he had 3 goals. He is an enigma.
Do you
He will
remember
fucking
last
score
season
that
we were
same thing.
discussing exactly the same.
His conversion rate is like
Unbelievable.
It's
unbelievable.
nowhere in my shot sorted by not there.
Yeah.
Like just when you do
Yeah.
by his goal, he's up there.
Yeah. So my only concern is that he has that hip impingement.
Yeah.
But both the manager and the player were pretty like bullish and confident.
Yeah, he's got a yellow dot right now.
Yeah, so let's see. Alright. Alright, so Murtaza, how about your team? Tell me what are your thoughts? We're just gonna pull up your team real quick.
I had a
How was your week?
okay week, 47 points.
Okay.
I'm
You took a
not-
hit last week. -4.
Don't tell me.
You took a -4?
Yes, he did. Let's
Actually,
walk
43.
us through it.
I fell sucker to that price hike thing, and I panicked and I got in potence for
Oh, yeah, Gordon's in play.
Pereira.
Ooh.
And because Pereira was up against KBB, so I'm like, TK,
Yeah.
it's a
The-
smart
the
thing
right
with
thing to
Wolves,
do.
Wolves fixtures coming up.
Yeah.
It made the right sense, and then last minute he had some injury concerns.
And
so-
You
also
mentioned
playing-
something, had you not made the changes, how many additional points would you have had?
So I started with Ings in my lineup first game week. I flipped him for Martial, and I flipped Podence for Pereira.
Alright.
Even though I got Pereira's 10-point haul, but he had I think 8. So overall, I would have been 29 points higher had I just sat there and watched everything.
Made any changes?
Nothing.
Alright, so well, there you have it. That's the reason why you don't jump the
Patience.
gun. Especially so early on in the season. I'm just totally against taking any type of negative hit.
Yeah.
Unless you've totally like fucked your team up, like you just said
Oh,
it.
I did. And I had a
You did it.
fantastic first
Yeah,
game.
yeah,
yeah.
So I was just trying to be super smart. That's another rule. Don't be super smart. And overall, chalo, no panic. 194 overall, my team. So
Yeah,
average over
194
we're
is
all
good.
sitting at almost
No,
all
you're
of us are
slightly
sitting
higher.
at 180 plus.
No,
So-
I'm a little lower than one. I'm at-
You're in the top 300,000 right now, so you're far higher. than
That way, yeah, I'm not panicking. There's no wild
Yeah.
card on the horizon for me. I had 6 players give me returns, including McCarthy and Digne, Trent, Salah, if you can consider 5 points. Suchek got robbed of a few more points.
Yeah.
And
Suchek
so
should have gotten an assist.
my trouble point right now is Martial and Werner. I don't want to let go of Werner because I got him in for that Chelsea run, and it's still on. The run is still on.
Man, so here's what happened with Werner, in my opinion, is because Abraham started this game, and because there was 2 of them, that means obviously he had less of the ball. And the second thing was that they conceded so early in such a stupid goal that West Brom is obviously going to play more defensive now, and his chances are going to dry up more because they don't want to.
Yeah.
And then another goal, and they go deeper, and another goal, and that's it. And then he gets shifted to the right.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of mitigating factors. Like, yes, he's suffering from that price drop. I have him in my team, but I don't think I'm going to change him. Not after what I've seen so far. Not after having him for the first game, three game weeks. I'm not going to panic just yet.
Yeah.
With him.
His price has dropped.
His price is going to be 9.3 now, I believe. point.
And I had him as captain. That was another
Yeah, I had
more
him as-
smart thing I wanted to do.
No, I think he was a good pick. It just like didn't turn out like football, man.
Yeah. But it was on Salah and I moved it to him and then Potence didn't play, so it was a double burner for me. But right now I'm really tempted to look at Jimenez as a potential substitute.
Despite his lackluster performance in the last game week against West Ham, a much improved West Ham, I must say.
Yeah, but at the same time they looked very good in the second half against City once they started playing. So
The City is playing shite.
no, but when City beat them, yeah,
Yeah,
they look
yeah,
good.
yeah.
And it's Wolves. I think there's that loss of Doherty that's gone and
That and they're playing openly, but they have a lot of chances to redeem themselves even now.
Even Jota going is a big
Yeah.
for them. And
They play Fulham, Leeds, Newcastle, Crystal Palace. now
next two games
month.
is up with promoted
So
teams.
they will have some chances to redeem
And the
themselves.
other person
But I'm if you have him, I say don't boot him, but I wouldn't get him in just yet.
Who?
Jimenez.
Martial.
I would get Ings back.
That's another guy I'm looking at. But Ings, in support of Ings, he's gone down in price, and Jimenez has gone up in price. So,
Ings has gone down,
Yeah, but they do have some interesting fixtures. Look, they play West Brom, who conceded 3 goals against Chelsea. They have Chelsea, who conceded 3 goals against West Brom. They have Everton, who I believe have not kept a clean sheet this season either.
Right.
Is he on penalty duties now?
Yes.
So with the way penalties are being dished out this season,
yeah.
Ings and Vardy for that reason are far more attractive.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So, or the third option is just bank the change, be patient. With international break coming up, we all feel having two changes in hand is always.
So here's the thing: there's going to be game week 4, then there's a 1 week break, and then after 15 days is going to be game week 5. The gap between game week 4 and 5. So I think it might be a good idea to have 2 changes in the bank.
I think it's very
And
important.
that's a good move with Son because he could be back then.
Yeah.
15
Yeah,
day
he
break.
should be back.
That's a 3-week break then, right?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
And he's not going to play any of the middle matches for that period.
Alright,
So he
right.
gets a proper.
So I noticed that you had Souček in your team and he got the goal, but there's a player who I'm also considering.
Souček?
Yeah, instead of
He's looked good in the first 2 matches
Yeah.
also, and just unlucky he's been darting in 5 million. And a guaranteed player who plays.
I had Dale Stephens in my team, who was of Brighton when I got him, and then he went to Burnley, and I don't want 2 Burnley players because I have Taylor.
Oh, I love Taylor, yeah.
So I'm considering making a sub this week,
Mhm.
and believe it or not, I'm not going to change Pulisic and get either Trossard.
Pulisic and Werner?
I just got the one change.
You've got Pulisic and Werner.
Yes, I do. We'll just get to that. Alright, so who is your captain for this week going forward now?
Salah. Mo
That's a
Salah. Can't mess with Salah.
And any other panic buys you might be thinking of, last minute changes?
So not panic, but I've been monitoring these guys, and I think Harvey Barnes is a very good target for those who are looking for a midfield option. 7 million, and he's so much fun to watch when the game is playing. So
He was on my shortlist, but I don't have the money.
yeah. And
How about Jared Bowen of West Ham? He got 2 goals.
You've seen the fixtures. The next, just
That's
just
the
state the
only-
next 3 fixtures.
That's the only thing that's going against them. Leicester, Tottenham, City.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
I mean, 2 goal marring in 3 games, maybe, despite City looking like that.
And West Ham.
Their game week fixtures, I believe, become more attractive in game week 12. So let's see, something to keep an eye on. But you don't get rid of
Yeah.
Souček, right?
I don't know.
Okay.
No. And after City, by the way, they play Liverpool. So yeah, they're in for a tough ride.
Yeah.
And let's see after the international day.
And they lost the first 2 games as well.
A team that looks very good is Villa. I'm
Yeah.
putting them as the
2
dark
clean
horse,
sheets.
man. They'll be up there, I think, mid-table, not bottom 6.
Maybe it's a good time to think about Grealish.
You look good. And then the supporting cast, I think, is there again. So Who's the guy who got 2 assists yesterday?
On Aston Villa,
Yeah.
I have no idea.
But they've got Ollie Watkins now as well, who is the joint top scorer from last season.
With Petrovic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good buy at 6.
Yeah.
But
that's another-
I don't look at any Aston Villa assets right now.
Not offensively. Good.
Liverpool,
Yeah.
Leicester, Leeds, Southampton, Arsenal in the next 5 for them.
Your Leeds guy is the best value in the team in the league right now.
Bamford.
Yeah.
Bamford. Yeah.
3 goals, 2 assists, man.
He's turning out to be a really good buy for
Yeah.
those who have him.
Yeah. Well, anyway. So, and captain is Salah.
For me, yeah.
Alright. So I'm just going to pull up my team here real quick. And I don't even know what I did last week, honestly.
Who was your captain?
I had Werner as my captain, unfortunately. So
And you were thinking who?
it was going to be either De Bruyne or Werner. I mean, there was no
So
like
in hindsight,
nothing. It didn't work out. I mean, Mane was not even in contention, and he really should have been. But anyway, so here's my team. It didn't work out too well, but I'm not. But my only concern is right now Dale Stephens, like I mentioned. I want to get rid of him. It seems as though Pulisic is going to be back either this week or game week 5. I've already persisted 3 game weeks. I'm going to hang on for a bit longer. I hope this doesn't come back to bite me in the ass, but
are you happy with your read?
Pulisic is a red card, so he's
No.
not, and it's still an unknown return date.
I'm not happy with Reed either because he's
Still
not.
unknown, right?
Yeah, he's not starting. And I have money in the bank. I have 1.9, so I could also get rid of Reed because he doesn't start. So,
Yeah.
and my team for next week is
Because Burnley technically has a decent run curve.
Yeah.
Your Stephens can be that first sub, and I think with the money you have, Reed upgrade to the guy you were thinking of.
Trossard.
So I'm thinking if I do something, if I don't bank the change, Trossard is someone who's definitely on my radar.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't want to change him for the Leeds guy, Reed, and keep two Burnley guys. I'm a bit worried about having 2 Burnley guys at the moment.
And you've got 2 Southampton guys and you
Already,
get
yeah.
out of them, right?
No, I'm going to keep those 2 for now.
Okay.
Because of the way Southampton have performed, they fixed their errors at least in the last game week.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna hang on. I got the clean sheet,
And
2
you
clean
got Ryan
sheets,
as backup.
and I've got Ryan, who's also a solid
that,
choice.
That means Brighton, you would have, if you double up with the
Yeah.
guy you think.
But I want to. I'm okay with having 2 Brighton players at the moment. I like
they look
what I
good.
see.
They look good.
They look good. They look good.
I'm in love with that Lamptey guy. 4.6. Man, he's so quick. He's getting the penalties for them. He's just darting around and don't foul. And Pogba took him down. Pogba took him
Yeah,
down.
Pogba took him down.
I mean, come on, man. He's this tiny. He's like 5.2 type.
He's the cheap man's TAA.
Yeah. Oh man, speaking of TAA versus Robbo last night.
Bravo got the goal.
Yeah, he's looking good. Cheaper by 0.5
Yeah.
Whatever. Trent still got 7 points.
because of maximum bonus.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But I had a stat on them. Trent versus Robbo, 9 versus 12 crosses to Trent versus Robbo. 1 corner for Trent versus 5 corners for Robbo. 3 key passes versus 2 for Robbo.
This is just 1 game, right?
No, this is 3 games.
Oh,
so
3
far.
games. Okay.
So he is switching duties with Robbo now. So spot kicks also where Robbo is there. Corners is there. So it might be worth moving down.
Nah, man. I think I'm gonna hold on to
Yeah, but
Trent.
these are changes that you would rather do when you've got a wild
The
card.
wild, yeah.
It doesn't make sense to sell TAA and bring in Robertson and save that 0.5 for the same team.
Yeah. But
Unless-
if you have a
unless
luxury
you
bird
get-
like you, where you're sitting with 2 changes and
Yeah.
you're happy with the rest,
Yeah, then you
rather
can.
bank that 0.5 before Robbo becomes 7.5 and Trent back. How
No, and then you save that 0.5 and get Bardi
play?
in a certain situation.
Yeah.
So makes sense.
Yeah.
Anyways. Mane, for sure. Even though I'm worried that he's scored back to back and he might blank next game week because Salah might get the ball. It's very possible, but
He's looking a lot more clinical than.
so he's been playing high up the field slightly than Salah,
Yeah.
and he had like more everything more like more touches, more attempts. So
And,
he was more of a goal threat than Salah was.
And the fixtures are pretty good for him.
Yeah, I think Mane is pretty much fixture proof.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's not someone unless the fixtures are coming thick and fast and like he gets injured. I'm not going to change Mane.
Yeah.
It's either Salah or Mane. I think Mane is the
They
better
remain
bet.
neck to neck for the
Yeah.
entire season. Mane.
Villa, Everton, Sheffield. Sheffield look, man.
Yeah.
And they Conley went out for the season. So another hole in the league.
Oh,
Yeah.
and they've gotten rid of Henderson.
I mean, he was on loan, so
Yeah.
he was not going to stay after the season.
And
He had,
they're looking for that Brewster guy from Liverpool who might be for some offensive power. So keep an eye on that guy. 4.5 starting.
so, any thoughts on wildcards?
Of course not.
If you feel the need to play a wildcard,
Some
you
people
recommend
in
it?
our league activated them
Yeah.
last game week. I had a friend who I told you before met him, Alaskan Bob,
Yeah.
who played it on the second game week. He surprisingly is up there. He's 4 points away from me, man. So
Yeah,
he's
right.
gone with he went with double up leagues defenders. Paid off. Martinez has paid off for 2 games for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you'll see.
5 midfielders, which is Bruno, KDB, Salah, James Rodriguez, and Omar, and DCL up front. So you have captaincy galore. Just no headache. Just gotta get the defense right.
But for me, it's way too early for wildcard.
Oh yeah.
Game week 3 doesn't make sense at all because then there's an international break. So if you want to use a wildcard, use it after an international break. But definitely not the first international break. I'm keeping 2 changes for that.
Yeah.
No, I mean like in these kind of game weeks where the scoring is so off from the expected teams who should have won, a 40-point haul is also a good haul. Man.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you're sitting anywhere overall, I would say around 150, don't wildcard.
Yeah,
It's too early. You'd rather take a minus.
Yeah, you take a
out
minus
first.
4. Yeah.
But
Anyway, my panic buy includes Trossard also.
oh,
Yeah, I'm looking at Trossard. He seems very interesting right now. 6 million.
So you would rate him higher than Vardy, or is this an addition to
No,
the package?
Vardy is fucking 10 million. I'm not going to get Vardy right now.
So who are you thinking of taking out?
One of my bench for the midfielders, Reed, Stephen, one of these two.
And after selling him, you have money for Trossard.
No, I already have 1.9 in the bag.
Yeah.
And he's 4.5. Reed is 4.5.
So you have
Trossard
money
is
for
6.
Trossard.
Yeah. So, anyway, that's it, I guess then. Join our league and stay tuned and good luck. Remember, deadline is 3rd October, 3 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time.